Welcome back, everybody. It is Bulldog here, and you guys asked for more Thetan Arena content. So that's what I'm going to give you, more Thetan Arena content. I'm going to start putting together maybe some guides based on some of the questions I've gotten from the first videos. And there's actually two common questions that I've gotten that I'm going to address in the same video here. And one of the questions is wanting more explanation on the controls and the differences between mobile and PC because they play very different. I personally like the PC version much better because you have a lot more control. And then the other question from those of you who have seen all of my live streams and saw how terrible I was when I first started on my first beta live stream. The question is, how have you improved so much? Because I went from absolutely awful to acceptably average. I'm definitely not a pro gamer or anything like that, but I've made a lot of improvement in a short period of time. Actually, on my at the beginning of one of my streams, I actually got a win in a battle royale, solo battle royale against 12 other people, so I was excited about that. But one of the reasons is I changed how my keys function. Okay, I changed my controls up, and it's made a big difference for me. So I know there's a lot of people thinking, oh, you're making a video on the controls. We don't need that. What a noob. It really can make a difference understanding this. So I'm going to show you guys what I did. But first, let's actually start off by looking at the difference between mobile and PC. Okay, so let's go in and we're going to look at some mobile gameplay and show the controls here. So if you go to your character screen, you can see that try button right there. That's a great way to come experiment with the controls. You can test out different things, test out different skills, see how things work, and it works really well. So this was pre-recorded from my phone, from mobile. It's a little different because you use. Over on the left, you use the controls there, and then you come over here and hit the little gun button to shoot. It's an auto target. So you can see it doesn't matter which way you're running. It's going to target what it feels is the best target. Okay, if you want to do it manually, you have to hold down on the button and then you can aim. So it takes a slight fraction of a second longer to aim. But, oh, by the way, when you're doing this, you can, up at the top, you can click that button so your skills automatically refresh, and you can level up to max level so you can get all your skills and see different, you can see different damages at different levels or whatever you want to test around. So just that function is there. But if we come up here where there's multiple targets, you can see that even, it doesn't really matter where I'm facing, it's the game's going to auto target what it feels like is the best target. That auto system's actually improved quite a bit, but it still doesn't always shoot where I want to, okay? So you can see if we want to aim up top, I've got to actually drag it up top. You see this X button up here? Whenever we're holding a skill down, if you want to cancel it, you can drag it up to that X button and that will cancel a skill. But there's some nuances with the auto target system, and it takes a little bit to learn, and for me that was kind of frustrating at times, but still was very easy to use. And it worked out pretty well. So I was just kind of experimenting around, looking at how you can target and hit different targets. But overall, it's fairly straightforward, right? Fairly straightforward. So now let's get out of here and let's launch the actual game. So we're gonna pull the actual game up here, and we're gonna get in. We're gonna show it on PC because I like the PC much better. Before we get in there, let's actually go up to the settings button though. I'm going to talk about this more in depth later, but I want to point this out right now is where you can change your key bindings. So go up to settings, hit this key bindings, and you can set the keys to whatever you want. I've got the standard move buttons using the WSAD there, but I've changed my skill buttons around significantly. So, and it might look a little bit weird, especially my upgrade skill. Like, why are you putting the backslash button there? I'll talk about that more because I've assigned them. I've also got a gaming mouse that I've assigned some things to make it a little bit easier. So I'll kind of talk about that and how you can assign that later. But let's go look at how you can actually control some of these heroes. So let's go into the try buttons now, like right underneath me. But if we jump in here, it works very different on the PC, okay? It plays very different. So obviously I talked about using the move keys, but now everything's gonna go where I click, okay? There's no auto target system. If I click up here, even if that guy's right next to me, it's gonna shoot over there, okay? So I like having that extra control. And yeah, it's not that, like, it doesn't take that much skill to click on the right thing. These are pretty slow moving targets, but when you're in all the chaos of battle and trying to use different skills and running around, it can take a little more skill than just an auto target system to actually click on where you want it to shoot. And it can get weird when guys are right on top of you and you gotta that's when it's hardest, when guys are like right on top of you, and that can sometimes get a little difficult. But it gives you a lot more freedom and you can target where you want. So here, let me level up so I can get my skills. Oh, by the way, on this character, if you hold them down, some characters, if you hold them down, it'll give you, you can get a charge shot. I didn't know that at first either. But let's get on my skills here. And I'm gonna show you how it's a little different as we go up. It doesn't matter what level they are. I don't know why I'm leveling up all the way. But it's a lot easier over here when I want to control exactly who I want to shoot. I don't have to worry about that auto target system. I don't have to hold a button down before aiming. And then in the skills, we'll also go wherever the mouse goes. So even if I'm facing this way and running this way, if I hit this skill, it's gonna go backwards. This skill is gonna go wherever I've got my mouse pointed. There are some that are controlled. So like this laser here, we'll do caps lock. You can still hold it down to kind of aim it a little bit with your mouse. But then the laser is actually controlled with the keys, with your move keys, because you can't move while you're using that laser. So that's a little different. But I don't know. I like how I can more accurately click on what I want to do. So I do like the PC. Now, how did I assign my keys? Because that makes a big. Oh, by the way, one other thing. If you are like, okay, let's say you're doing that laser, to cancel it on the mouse or on the PC is right click. We saw on how the app, how you dragged it into the X button. On the PC, you just right click to cancel it. Okay? At least that's how it is by default. So I did change my keys though. So some of you might think the keys look a little weird. I've got the keys set up based on how I like to hold my hands. This will all be individual preference, guys. So you can change this however works best for you, but go in and find your best key set. So I've got it set up. So caps lock, my middle skill here, I've got my pinky finger on it. And then I've got my fourth finger on the A, middle finger S, index finger D. So my middle three fingers are controlling my character. My pinky finger controls the caps lock skill, the middle skill. You can change it to whatever skill you want. The space bar is my thumb. That's kind of where my thumb naturally rests when I've got those others on the keyboard there. So I can move around with my middle ones and I can use my skills at the same time. Use whatever skills I want there. And then F, I've got it set next to the D, so it's still pretty close to hit, but I've actually got one of my mouse keys assigned to F. So I can still be, before I did that, sometimes I'd have problems if I was wanting to hit D and F at the same time. I know some of you more skilled PC gamers can probably do that just fine. I am not. I have always been like an Xbox, Switch, PlayStation type gamer in the past, so I'm not all that experienced with the keyboard. But what I found it sometimes difficult when I wanted to run right and then use the F skill. Okay, and I'm sure I could do it better with practice. But instead of worrying about that, I assign the F to my mouse key. Okay, I do have a gaming mouse, so now I can easily use my index finger to run this way and then still use the F skill, whatever it happens to be. So if you guys would like to do that, to assign buttons to your mouse. Oh, I've also got one of the, so you can upgrade your skills. By default, it's you hit control and then the skill. Well, I assign it to backslash, and then I assigned one of my mouse keys, or sorry, one of my mouse keys to backslash. So now I can very easily upgrade by hitting a mouse and then hitting the button. Of course, I can't upgrade now because let's reset level here. Let's cancel that reset level up. Again, you can't really see what I'm hitting, but I hit a button on my mouse and then hit the caps lock, and I can, okay, apparently I have to unlock it first. Then you can I promise it works. I've been playing with my keys. But yeah, you can upgrade that way by using your mouse and the key buttons, and then you don't have to come down here and click in the middle of battle, because you come to upgrade your skill and then, oh no, I wanted to be aiming someplace, and again, that fraction of a second can make a difference. But anyways, how do I upgrade, or how do I reprogram my mouse? If you guys aren't familiar with that, I use a program that's called, so we'll pull it up here, X mouse button. Let's I can pull it up on the screen for you guys. I'll blow it up a little bit. Here it is, X mouse button. If I can, sorry, it's behind my game on my screen. I need to get it fixed. There we go. Okay. All right, X mouse button. So I've got it set so mouse button 4. So you download the program and then you just come in here and you can change the buttons on your mouse to be whatever you want. So I changed mouse button 4 to be simulated key F. So like where it says no change means it's just by default, but you can come in here and you hit simulated key, and then I change that to F. So every time I hit this button right here, it'll press F as well. You can see I actually had this selected here and it went to forward, like I was pressing F to search for it. So now I'm messing everything up and I need to go back. But you can change whatever you want. And even if you don't have a gaming mouse, you can use like the middle button. You can assign the middle button to something. You could assign wheel up to a skill and wheel down to a skill. So you could use wheel up to do one skill and wheel down to do another skill. And you can get kind of those buttons without using a gaming mouse. I used a gaming mouse, so I've got a little more buttons. It was very cheap to go out and buy that, guys. It cost me like 15 bucks to get a gaming mouse. But if you don't want to buy one, you can, or you just want to play with what you got now, you can use a regular mouse there. So making those changes has made a huge difference in my gameplay. Just being able to go in and hitting the buttons faster and doing that type of thing has really made a huge difference. So I know it doesn't sound like a lot. It seems pretty silly that I'm making a video on how to actually control your character. But there is a big difference, and if you guys go and set it to your preferences, you don't have to copy mine. Whatever feels natural to you, whatever you like, it's gonna probably be different based on past games that you've played and what buttons you're used to hitting and what your hands have gotten familiar with. So go in and set your own controls, and it can make a very big difference and can really improve your gameplay. So hopefully you guys, I screwed that up. Hopefully you guys can go in and make these changes and can improve your gameplay. I know it sounds stupid, but it can really have a big impact. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what other guide you want to see. What else are you having problems with? I know there's been a lot of comments. I've got a list of videos that I'm considering putting together for you guys, because you guys clearly want Thetan Arena content. This game is blowing up, over 2 million downloads already. It has been absolutely insane, and the traffic has been great. So if you guys are saying you want more content, I'm going to provide more content. This might become my second main game. Obviously, Splinterlands is what I got into first. That's my biggest game. But Thetan Arena might become game number 2. It's looking like it's going to become a regular because you guys are asking for more and more content. So I'm going to try and deliver. I'm here for you guys. I hope you're all enjoying it. I'll see you next time. We'll have some live streams coming soon. Make sure you check out YouTube, check out Twitch. If you want it, the best way to know my live stream schedule is to go to my Discord channel, and you can set it up so you get tagged whenever I stream, and you can see my kind of a combined schedule of YouTube and Twitch, because I do stream on both platforms. So I'll be seeing you guys there. Thanks again.